Hey Camp, we're back again with some more swim safety. This time we'll be talking about how to keep yourself safe while swimming. So in order to stay safe near bodies of water, what should you do? Well, have you ever heard someone tell you never swim alone? Well, it's true. You should always bring a buddy who can swim when you're going swimming. You should never go swimming by yourself. Name a buddy you would bring. In order to stay safe, you should always have a lifeguard on duty. It's important because they're the ones that can help you in an emergency. You should always wear protection. There are different kinds of protection. One type is life jackets. Life jackets help you float on top of the water. They are usually vests that have different straps to make sure that it stays on your body and doesn't float up towards your head. Many times they are used when you're on a boat or in another body of water other than the pool. They should be U.S. Coast Guard approved, so make sure you find that out when buying your own life jacket. You need to protect yourself from the sun. Being in the sun too long can harm your body. It can cause very bad sunburn, and it does not feel good. You should wear sunscreen, sunglasses, clothing, and hats in order to protect your skin. You should always apply your sunscreen at least 15 minutes before going outdoors or entering water. Then, every single 2 hours, you should reapply because guess what? It wears off. You should also make sure that it's waterproof if you're going to be going in the water or if it's hot enough to make you sweat. Because if it sweats off or you rinse it off in the pool, it's not going to help you. Different sunscreens have different SPFs. That is the level of protection it provides. The higher the SPF, the longer it lasts. But still, every 2 hours, reapply. Water shoes are another form of protection. We don't often have people wearing water shoes in pools, but it's never a bad idea. Water shoes help to avoid your feet from getting damaged by the water bottoms. Oceans usually have shells that really hurt to be walked on. Rocks in the rivers and lakes can be really sharp. You can really hurt yourself. So wear some water shoes next time you go swimming. You need to stay hydrated. You should be drinking water to thirst. That means if you're thirsty, drink some water. Always bring a water bottle to the pool and especially lots of water bottles to the ocean, beaches, and lakes and rivers. In order to stay safe at all bodies of water, you should follow rules. Especially pools often post their rules near diving areas before you even walk into the pool area, and they usually consist of no diving in shallow ends, no running, no pushing others, and no eating in the pool. They're there to keep you safe. Always make sure you know what the rules are when going to bodies of water. It's important to stop swimming and get out of the water if you get overly tired or cold. These symptoms can lead to emergencies, so make sure you listen to your body. To stay safe, we need to understand what an emergency is, how do we prevent it, and what to do in an emergency. So what is an emergency? An emergency is a sudden, serious, usually unforeseen situation that needs immediate action. To help in an emergency, we should stop and think about the situation so we can decide what we should do, because every situation is different. Should you call for help? Do you need to relax? Maybe you need to float on your back. Maybe the best course of action is to get out of the water, and always help yourself before helping someone else. Let's talk about some scenarios and what you should do. So, if your boat gets turned over and you fall out, what should you do? You should hold on to the boat or any other floating objects that are around and call for help. Hold on until someone gets there. Another situation you might get into is hypothermia. Hypothermia is when your body is too cold. It makes your body shiver, feel numb, and you might even lose consciousness, or kind of like falling asleep. If this happens, you should get out of the water. And if you find that one of your friends is experiencing these symptoms, and even if you're not, you should both get out of the water. Exhaustion is when you're extremely weak or tired. So if you're really tired, you should float on your back because this saves your energy. And this way you can wait for help. If you're too tired, if you can get out of the water, you should do that. And if you get a cramp, you should stop kicking, float, and maybe ask for help until that cramp is gone. Then get out of the water. In our last video, we talked a little bit about currents and how currents can push or pull you in the direction you don't want to go. If the current's too strong, you shouldn't fight it. You should float on your back and wait for help so that you don't get too tired. If you get hurt or stuck, make sure you relax, stay calm, float, and call for help. If a friend of yours is in trouble, instead of helping them yourself, get yourself to shallower water and get someone else to help. The lifeguard is there for this reason. So if you find yourself in an emergency, instead of panicking, stop and think, what should I do? Okay, so for our activity, since we learned how to keep ourselves safe when swimming, I want you to go find 3 items in your house that can help protect you from something we learned about. Maybe it's a hat or sunglasses, maybe water shoes, whatever you think can help protect you while you're swimming. If you want, and a parent says it's okay, take a picture and send it into camp. One last activity. I want you to think about what you should do. If you start swimming out to the ocean and the current is too strong, it's pulling you into a deeper area, what do you think you should do? Relax, float on your back, and call for help.